Good, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck. Say what's up to the people, Chloe.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday.
We back again. We back again. A couple folks was whining because they said we went live on the wrong day or some stuff. Just trying to hate. Just trying to hate. But yeah, we had to have that quick conversation. What was that Monday? We did that.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah, that was
Monday.
Monday on
Mm-hmm.
our day off. So we had to have
Start
that
the week.
conversation. Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense going on out here, so that one was warranted. But shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Like I said, we do the show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Um, so man, everybody watching, go over to YouTube, drop a subscribe. Go over to the Quay Price page on YouTube, drop a subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers up, trying to grow our exposure or grow our coverage with the show. Listen, as you guys know, we like to have the real conversations that a lot of folks are scared to have, especially within the community. And as I've stated before, and I will continue to state, we shy away or we run from no conversations. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we know we got stuff going on. We try to run from it. We try to hide it, try to sweep it up under the rug, try to put it to bed. Now we're going to have them conversations on this platform. Yep, that is why we are here, for everybody to bring their perspectives, their opinions, their voice. We put all that together, hash it out, talk it out, and at the end of the day, come out with some solutions and how we can move us forward. All right, so let's get some housekeeping out the way real quick. And then we're going to get on into this show. Shout out to our sponsor for the night, Havana Handbags. So, this is a custom handbag maker based in Metro Detroit. So, they make handbags out of cigar boxes. You guys see the Cohiba, the Don Carlos, the Olivia Melanillo, the Ashton Red, the Father Black, the Fagata Red, the Ashton Gold, the Avo Blue Clutch, the Avo Blue, and the Avo White. So definitely go check them out. HavanaHandbags.com. That is HAVANA handbags with an S.com. Go get you a bag. Get one for your lady. I know y'all can see what they say. I know y'all see the drip. I know y'all see it. So definitely go get y'all the bag. HavanaHandbags.com. Havana handbags with an S.com. All right. All right. So let me throw the link up. So we got the link at the bottom of the feed right there. You can drop this link in your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever you own, your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge, your iPhone, whatever you got. Drop it in your browser. You do have the ability to cut off your camera if you're scared. We understand, but we always encourage folks to leave the camera on, join us on the panel. Makes for a better show, better engagement. So I'll put the link in the chat feeds as well, so you guys can get to that. So we got a topic for tonight. Yeah, we got a topic for tonight. So I'm gonna leave the link up there for a little bit so you guys can copy paste or whatever you do. And if you can't do that, shoot me a message on Facebook and I will send you the link personally. So let me drop this in the feeds and we're gonna get on into this conversation. All right. So the link is in all of the chat feeds. So grab it and like I said, come join us on the panel. I need some perspectives tonight. Definitely need some perspectives tonight. Okay, so topic for tonight. Are you wifey material? Let me run that back. Are you, speaking to you, are you wifey material? All right, So let's get on into this conversation. Got a video I'm gonna put up just to get us started. Actually, I got 2 videos for tonight. We're gonna start with one. Then I'm gonna work my way into the second one. Let's get into this.
Time. Let's get it.
Your girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe about a year into your graduate school, I lost my job. I had always had jobs, internships and stuff, so I never had to go without.
And he's a provider. Like, that's just who he is by nature. He's a person who, if we go out for drinks, he's gonna slap his card on the bar and pay for everyone's drinks. So to not be able to do that was taking a toll on him.
It was messing me up. So I was like becoming a very angry, different person in that point in time. I'm running out of money. She wants to go on double date with one of her colleagues or one of her classmates. I'm like, whoa, like, let's eat this Jimmy John's this weekend. I'm just chilling. It's like, no, her boyfriend's coming to town. We're going out. And if you ever met this one before, she can be very much decisive and you don't have much say in it. So we go out. I'm just seeing them order up the menu. You know, we out with your friend. Drink, I'll have water, lemon, please. And I'm just like counting up. So I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do when this bill comes? That's all I can think about the entire time. I look down and I see that I had a text from her. It was like, yo, check your account. And I saw that she had quick paid me money to cover the meal so I could pull out my card as opposed to her, you know, pulling out hers. And I just like, that's crazy, bro. Like, that right there, I said, when I get my life together, I'm marrying you. You don't have to think, I'm marrying you because you freaking get it, bro. You with me at what was the most humiliating moments of my life. Just like, she wouldn't let me lose hope.
All right, man. So you guys heard it for yourself. The moment that this.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. So shout out to the topic for the night. Are you wifey material? All right, so that was a video of a married couple now who started out as boyfriend and girlfriend. And, you know, as the young man told us, and shout out to Vince, man, appreciate you joining us, brother. The young man told the story where, you know, he was still in school. They were still in school. You know, they were together. He got laid off or lost his job. Of course, hit hard times. You know, they had an event that they were going to a dinner with some other folks, you know, racking up the bill, entertaining, doing what we do. Of course, my man was sweating bullets because he's like, how in the heck is this going to get paid for? I'm not in a position. But the young lady, or his current wife now, shot him the low-key Cash App or whatever she did, put some money in his account. So when the bill came out, he was able to pay the bill. So essentially she funded for him to pay the bill, right? So that's one of the videos I got. And I said, that's the title for tonight. Are you wifey material? So the reason I wanted to have this conversation tonight, listen, this is partly has to do with IT. Shout out to IT, wherever she at. But I think this is a good topic because, you know, as of course you guys can expect, the comments went crazy. So you had a lot of ladies saying, you know, you shouldn't have did that. You know, if he a broke ninja, let him be broke. You know, why y'all out to dinner if he can't afford to pay? You know, we shouldn't be coddling these ninjas. Like I saw it all. But this young lady took it upon herself to support her man in that situation to make sure he could maintain his position while they were, you know, entertaining this dinner. But the backlash, of course, is there. A lot of ladies today, or as they call them, modern women, had a problem with her low-key sending them this money to pay for the dinner. So I want to get y'all thoughts. I want to get y'all thoughts on that. Was she wrong? Was she right? Was that a representation of what wives do? Was that representation of a good woman? What did y'all see in that video? Let's see. I got a second one we're going to get into as well. But what did y'all see in that video? Here, give me your thoughts on that. Vince or Chloe?
Well, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking, I don't see, like I'm already in my head. The minute he started saying, I fell on hard times, and she wanted to go out to dinner, the first thing I thought was, oh, she about to float him the money. I mean, this is not a problem. Where's the problem? I didn't see a problem, because in my mind, if we've reached that level, now I'm not saying that a woman should do this for any old man. I'm so not saying that. But if we've reached that level in our relationship where I know I can depend on you, and literally you have just hit a moment in time, but outside of that moment in time, I have always been able to depend on you, then we're not talking about someone who takes advantage. We're not talking about someone who is a deadbeat. We're not talking about a bum. We're talking about somebody who had a job, in school. He obviously is working towards something and hit a hard point. Like, that happens. That's life, right? So I'm looking at it like, well, if we're together like that, I'm not talking about any old person. If we're together on that level, then I got you, because you've always had me, so I got you. It's okay. We gon' now I do know that there's a whole concept of well, if they're not married, this, that, and I get that, and I wouldn't advise a woman to just be doing any and everything for a man that has not shown that level of commitment for her. But that's why I said it depends on where you guys are in your relationship, how serious you are, how long you've been together, like what has this man shown you, what type of relationship do you have. I think you have to factor in those types of things. This man had a certain feeling about her, because immediately, like, oh man, once I get myself together, I'm like marrying you, no question. But obviously they already had reached a point where she's someone in his life where that's a goal anyway. And he's someone in her life where she sees that for them as well. So for me, I don't think this is the same situation as coddling someone, in my eyes, from my POV. I don't think this is the same situation as a woman allowing herself to be taken advantage of. I don't think that that's this particular situation. So I think that you have to judge each individual person based off their own character and their actions. We can't be looping and grouping people into the same barrel, because we're not all the same. So while there may be some guys that might take advantage, there are men who are just not, they're not that, right? They're not out to get you. They're not out to disrespect you. That's not it. They want to enhance your life. They want to add to you. But everybody can get in a situation where they're at a disadvantage. Things can happen to anyone. And if this was a woman, she would be quick to ask him for help. It wouldn't even be a second thought. Like, she would just assume that he's going to help her, and she'd be mad if he didn't.
Thanks.
Like, he'd be all kinds of broke ninjas. He'd be tag. He'd be whack. He'd be all kinds of things if he didn't help her. But now we're saying that a man can't fall on hard times and need some help too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what ladies are, were saying in the comments. It's like, they almost felt like they shouldn't have to spend no money on a man. He should just always have it figured out. He should just always have the money rolling, regardless of how expensive the bill is. Like, they was almost calling her, what's the word they like to use? They was almost calling her like the pick me type. Like, she over here catering to this dude. Like, where they do that at? Like, so that was the sentiment that was coming out of the comments from the ladies today.
It's done all over the world, and happy marriages worldwide. Maybe that's why they don't relate.
What you say, Vince? What you think about it, man? Was she right? Was she wrong? Was she displaying wifey material vibes? What you see in that video, man?
Well, first I want to pay homage to the Godfather.
Oh, my bad. Hold up. I almost
my
forgot.
fragrance.
Almost forgot. So we got to do this segment. So shout out to the Godfather paying homage. Like I said, Vince gonna bless us with the fragrance of the day. Go ahead, Vince. Do you think?
The fragrance of the night is Bleu de Chanel.
Put in the camera a little bit. Put in the camera a little bit. There it is.
Oh, hold on. Bleu de Chanel by Chanel.
Okay.
This is what my wife told me to speak about. This is a scent, you know, when a man is trying to impress a woman on the first date and he wants to smell good. He wants to, you give her a hug and let that scent linger in her nose while he walk away.
Okay.
Classic. Bleu de Chanel.
There it is.
All of your luxury stores, Saks, Neiman, Nordstrom.
There it is. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No, as far as the topic, when I heard it, I knew they were very young. When they met, with 20s, probably early 20s. So they're both in that income range. They don't have any money. They're both in school. So it's more of a dating friendship thing. And it's something I thought it was something, you know, that your friend would do. If you're out and about, you know, we are struggling college students. You know, yes, we are dating, but, you know, I'm going to school and you going to school. We don't have no money. So, yes, I think that would show a willingness to cooperate.
Facts.
I think it does show the willingness to have your back. And for that age range, I think that's a good thing.
Facts. No, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. And like I said, that's the title for tonight. Yep. Are you wifey material, right? So some of these things, you know, men pay attention to these things. Yeah, we pay attention to gestures. We pay attention to support. It's not necessarily about the money, right? It's really, to be honest with you, it's really not about the money at all. Yeah, watching this video, you know, the young lady's actions, what that really represents is that she's got your back and that she supports you. It's really what it represents. It had nothing to do with the money. Yep, note to the ladies. We're going to drop some gems on y'all whenever we get the opportunity. Ladies, fellas are always looking for support or paying attention to support. Yet fellas hold it in high regard when they know a young lady has their back, even if that lady is not somebody he is, you know, pursuing. Yet fellas hold that in high regard. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to a lot of these situations, fellas don't get help. They don't get support. It's really on the fella to figure out how he gonna navigate out here, how stuff gonna get paid for, how he's gonna provide, how he gonna protect. And it ain't really nowhere you can run and ask for no help, especially as no man, especially in this current day. Now, on the flip side of that, it's totally different for a female. Yep, to Chloe's point, if this was a female in this position, she's gonna be looking for some help. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Yeah, but a lot of fellas don't have that opportunity. So when a young lady comes along or comes into your presence and she genuinely, and that's key, she genuinely has your back, you get major points with all the fellas. Yep, so those types of character traits, those are definitely, and I'll speak for most men, those are definitely the type of traits that most men will consider wifey material. Let y'all get them gems real quick, since y'all be acting like y'all don't know. All right, I'm gonna drop a second video. We're gonna get into this a little farther.
No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I feel like if you guys have come to the conclusion or made the agreement with both of yourselves or whatever, that, okay, the guy is going to take care of the bills. He's gonna pay for, you know what I'm saying, a majority of the stuff or whatever. I feel like as a woman, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm tripping or whatever, I feel like as a woman, there are certain things that you should automatically do. If he's doing that and I have agreed to let him do that, then there are going to be things that usually he might have had to worry about that he's no longer going to have to worry about. Like, he's not going to have to worry about having dinner. He's not going to have to worry about
that's too much that wants a food.
Waking me up in the middle of the night. I want a sandwich, or I want some eggs, or I want some fruit or something. I'm finna get up and cut the fruit. I'm finna get up and fry the eggs. I'm finna get up and do whatever. Like, he's not gonna have to worry about coming home.
This female commenter says, everyone do what they feel comfortable with. May I never be awakened at 3 a.m. to fix a sandwich. Jesus, with the laughing emojis. But the problem is, how are you going to get awakened at 3 a.m. to fix a sandwich if you don't have a man?
All right. So we'll stop it right there. So another video, tying it back to the topic. Are you wifey material? All right. So that was a young lady. Like I said, as I understand it, she is on a radio show. And her name is Baby Jade. That's what they call it. But she, for the most part, she went viral for making those comments about the fact that if her man is taking care of business at the home, she is not going to hesitate to get up at 3 a.m. to make that man a sandwich. Yeah, but she don't care if it's a sandwich. She don't care if it's fruit. She don't care if she got to fry an egg. If he over there handling the business, she getting up at 3 a.m. if he asks to make sure he got whatever he need when it comes to food and whatever he need. So as you expect, the comments went wild. A lot of ladies is dogging her, talking about, once again, I don't care what he doing. I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if he paying all the bills. I'm asleep, so don't ask me to do nothing. He grown. He got hands. He can get up and cook himself something to eat. He can make his own sandwich. I saw it all. But man, we back to the topic, man. A lot of these ladies wifey material.
Well, as a woman, so fine, transparency moment. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I am someone who have been in both roles. I am someone who has been the full-time working mom, okay? And I'm also someone who has been the stay-at-home mom. I'm someone who's been the work from home mom. Like, I've held all of these positions. Right now, I have several businesses that I'm getting off the ground. So I am, not working outside the home. I'm not. I am, I'm working inside the home, focusing on getting my own thing going, as opposed to, working for someone else, which is something that I've done for a very, very long time. So my schedule is a lot more flexible, right? Like, I can come and go as I need to. I'm here with the kids. I can get up, I can, sleep in if I wanted to, although I don't sleep in. But the point is, with that situation, then if my husband, who is working a 9 to 5 right now, who is, affording me the opportunity. This is the thing. I think the mindset has to change. So this man is getting up and going to work every day, which affords me the opportunity to step away from a job, a well-paying job at that, so that I can focus on building my own business. That is something that would have been challenging for me had I not been in a position to, be with a man who has the ability to do that. So I think it's the mindset, ladies, that we have to change. If this man is working a specific schedule every day, then why wouldn't you want to get up and make sure he has breakfast? You don't have that same schedule. You could take a nap in the middle of the day if you wanted to. Or you could, you know what I'm saying? Or you go fix that sandwich and go lay back down, because guess what? You don't got to punch a clock. Or you don't, nobody's expecting you to be somewhere at a specific time. So, like she said, if this is the agreement that you've made, he's going to pay the bills, he's going to do that. You're going to, be basically managing the home and the children. Then why is it such a big deal if this man come in from work, he hungry, and he wants you to make him a sandwich? It shouldn't matter what kind of day it is. The man got to eat. You want to send a hardworking man to work hungry. You want him to come home from work and be hungry. I just don't understand. Like, it's what happened to just general like care for a person? Like, how would you feel in that situation? Would you want to have to work like that? And then, the person that's supposed to love you and the person that you're providing for is just like, well, I don't know, figure it out. Are you hungry? You can go figure it out. I mean, it's just like I don't know where like common just care or compassion, where did that go, right? Especially for someone who is providing for you and it is in that role. So this person has a certain level of care and compassion, who wants to provide provision for you, but you on the other hand, you like, well, he doing what he's supposed to do, and figure it out. And I just think that it's a level of selfishness. It's the selfishness for me. I don't understand, why are we having a problem with that? I just don't see it. It's a trade-off. And as far as I'm concerned, right? And this is not just anybody. I've been the working mom, okay? Pretty much the my entire adult life. That was the role that I owned. So it's weird to me. I mean, ladies, y'all just acting real weird out here. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want, if a man is providing for you and putting you in a position where you can stay at home, you can start a business, you can, you know what I'm saying? You can do your own thing. If you got side stuff you're working on, if you got projects you want to do, if you got passions that you want to do, and this man is affording you those opportunities and you can't even make him a sandwich, what's wrong with you?
But I think it's that it's that 3 a.m. I think that's.
Who cares? You don't have to get up in the morning. I'm just like I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, your time is so much more flexible, right? So I don't understand why it would be that big of a deal for you to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Let me get this comment. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to Cuz showing love. She said, yes, there shouldn't be a problem if the man is taking care of all things as a man. I feel that the woman should be doing all things as a woman in the household. Now, I appreciate that comment, Todd.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's agreed. I don't understand. I mean, maybe from a male perspective, I don't know what that's like for you guys or how you feel about that. But yeah, I just don't understand that position when women take that position.
Okay, I appreciate it. Go ahead, Vince.
I think a lot of the issue with that, the very small percentage of women that can stay home, that just keep it real. Most of the time, it takes 2 incomes to live a certain lifestyle that you would want to live, especially where it's for a long period of time. Most women, if you're married, you want to take off a couple years so the kids can get older, then go back to work. But I think a lot of the issue is when you talk about are you a wifey, you have to box that in with, are you a wife to the type of man that you want? I think that's where a lot of the women have a problem with, because they want this high achieving, high earning, aggressive, alpha provider male, but those men usually need a more supportive type of woman. And I think that's why when you talk to certain women, they want that, but all they've ever dealt with were men who were quote unquote beneath them as far as earning. So I think that that's the issue, and I think a lot of times, even in my own cases, that when you speak of marriage, you have to get not necessarily what you want, but what does that person want? I know Kevin Samuels. I know we always refer to him, but it's like, what does the person that you want? It's not always about what you want. You have to look at what do they want, especially lifestyle. I think that's because we get so involved with, oh, I love this person, but we never talk about what lifestyle do you want to live, especially as a woman. You have that, if a man only wants to live in a nice little bungalow in Detroit, that's fine. But if you want to live out in Canton or whatever, then you need to have a man that you see has the initiative, the ambition to do that. I see a lot of that when you start dating and get married. Oh, well, he's not ambitious. He was never ambitious. But did you talk about that when you first dated? Did you say, well, babe, I wanna live out here. I want my kids to go to certain school. I want to do this. And that's not being bougie or anything. That nature, just saying what you want. So I think a lot of times when you talk about wifey, you have to talk about, are you the type of wife for the man that you want? And I think a lot of these ladies, they're not the type of wife that the man they want. And I got that a lot when I was single. A lot of women think, well, it's the money. No, I got money. I need your time. I need your support. And a lot of women, they're too busy. They're a realtor. They're doing this. They're doing this. They're doing this. So that's why you get the men that a little bit less ambitious, because they can support you. I see a lot of that. A lot of the ladies need a man to support them instead of it being the other way around, or even 50-50.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I got a couple questions though, right? Because like I said, you made a statement, and I wanted to touch on this because I hear this a lot. We say that most men cannot afford to essentially take care of women like this to the point where she's not working, right? And I sometimes I have to question that, because I wonder if it's the men can't afford to do it, or the women are not willing to change their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think what we got going on is, and this is what I think is behind a lot of these negative comments, right? Because there was nothing wrong with what the lady said. There's nothing wrong in either one of the videos.
No.
But particularly in the second video, when the lady spoke about getting up at 3 a.m. to fix my man a sandwich or some fruit or a fried egg, whatever she said, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? Because at the end of the day, if your man is handling the business, you shouldn't mind getting up to fix him nothing at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of that business that he's handling is for you. Yeah, I'm not sure if a lot of ladies understand that these days, especially a lot of the ladies with these modern mindsets. A lot of what these dudes are doing, especially when they're going out there providing and protecting, they're really doing that for you. It's not for them. Yeah, so at the end of the day, some of these things that we've seen in these videos, these should be second nature. It's not even a thought. And I think that's part of the problem. We have a lot of our ladies who are saying they're looking for these six-figure men. Yeah, they're looking for these guys with these networks and these high earners and these, what I hear the ladies say a lot. They looking for men that other women want. Those are the men that they want. If he ain't got women trying to get to him, then they don't want him. Like, I hear all type of things from the ladies, but I'm like, ladies, are y'all even wifey material for these dudes that you say you want? Like we got. Yep. Are y'all really wifey material for these dudes that y'all say that y'all want? Yep. This guy who's going out making this money and making these things happen, he's sacrificing all type of stuff. Sacrificing time. Sacrificing focus. Making commitments, things that he probably don't even want to have to do, but he's doing them because he wants to provide. So in return, why you can't make a sandwich? Why you can't cut some fruit up? Why you can't why you can't fry an egg? My brother can't get an iced tea. Like what is all this bucking? I mean, what is all this bucking, ladies? I need to know. I need to understand. Yeah, what is all this bucking? Like seriously. Because to Chloe's point that she made earlier, if you came to him, he gonna make sure you got it. So why he can't get that in return? Somebody help me understand. I'm just trying to understand how this all is supposed to work. And then the second piece of it, I gotta touch real quick. Because like I said, we are talking about, are you wifey material? The second piece I gotta talk about or touch is, how do ladies get in the comments? Why do ladies get in the comments and get mad with ladies who want to take care of and be supportive to their men? Like, where is that coming from? I gotta loop all of these points back to the topic. Yeah, but at the end of the day, are you wifey material?
Well, I think sometimes too, I think that it could be some jealousy there too, because my wife doesn't work. Well, she works for me, but she don't work.
I got you.
So then we also have a 2-year-old, so we have a baby. So she has the ability to work. She can work if she wants to, but she doesn't have to. So a lot of my wife's friends will be, why are you not going back to work? And girl, I couldn't just sit at home. And I think they don't understand the value of being a mother and being a wife. I think that is so depleted now, where it's an insult to say you're at home mom.
Right. It's true. It's very true. As a woman, I have, I've caught a couple, sideline comments, and labels, housewife label or whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, well, okay, yeah. Well, for me, I don't think that's nothing that I would ever be ashamed of. Like that's nothing that I would ever like. That's not an insult to me. It's not an insult to me that I actually, like you said, Vince. Your wife. She works for you, right? Like it's not. It don't make me feel bad at all to say I work for my husband. I'm proud of that. Otherwise, and this is not a knock at anybody else that works a job because I've done that. Like, this is not a knock at that. But otherwise, I'd be working for some other man. So I'd much rather work for my husband. Like, I don't understand why women can't get past that. Like, if you are choosing, to work outside the home, then bless you. I pray that you find a job that is suited for you, that pays you according to what you're worth, and you prosper. Everybody don't want the same things, nor is everyone in the same situations. But it's the bitterness and the resentment from me. Like I don't understand where that's coming from. I don't get that. I don't, I think it's part of like the conditioning that women have been put through in this society. There has definitely been some conditioning, right? like you said, Vince, like all the worth and importance has been put on a woman working outside the home. It's almost become her badge of honor.
Mhm.
So for a woman who doesn't work outside the home, other women are looking at her like, well, what do you do with yourself? And it's like, what do you mean what I do with myself? I actually get to spend time with my kids. I get to raise my kids. Like I get to teach them. I'm the one who they learn from. Like I homeschool our youngest son. I do that now because I have the ability to do that. This is something that I've always wanted to be able to do, but I couldn't because I was working. Like now, my husband and I aren't two ships passing in the night because I'm so busy with work and he's busy with work and the kids are somewhere in the middle. Now, this is not a judgment on anyone because I've lived that life. I'm simply saying it's a choice. And if you have the ability, and for some women it's a privilege. If you have that, then it's not for you to look down on yourself, and it's definitely not for anyone else to look down on you. It's a choice. It's about the type of life you want to live. What's the quality of life that you want to live? And for me, at this point in my life, no judgment to nobody else, I am valuing experiences. That's what I'm valuing because I can't take no stuff with me. None of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like stuff like everybody else, but I can't take stuff. Like, what can I do with stuff? Like, it's the experiences. It's the time I'm getting to spend with my kids that I'll never get back. You know what I mean? Like, it's the ability to be able to run my household the way I can now that I couldn't. I don't, it's a choice. It's simply a choice. And no one should be made to feel bad about that. And women shouldn't have to be attacked by other women because they've made a choice that's different. So I have to agree with you. Then sometimes I do think there's a little bit of resentment there. I do think there's a little bit of jealousy there. Because the truth of the matter is there is merit here. But whenever someone can't join you, right, then they want to beat you. They flip that. Since I can't join you, then I got to beat you. I have to make you feel like your choice is bad or wrong or not as good as mine. And at the end of the day, going back to the topic, right? There are some things that are wrong with our mindset. And not enough of us are spending enough time actually exploring that. So instead, we make all of our problems about another person. So when a woman gets in the comment section and saying, hey, she should absolutely help him out. Or, yeah, you should definitely make him a sandwich at 3:00 in the morning, right? Instead of saying, why do I have such a problem with getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning to make him a sandwich if he's doing all these things for me? Instead of checking myself, the first thing I'm going to do is look at you. Why do you want to get up? Something must be wrong with you. Not me, you. And this is one of the biggest problems that we're having. The reason why women can't, let's just be honest. The reason why women aren't able to find men, or there's no good men, or there's just not enough men. Okay, obviously we know, statistically speaking, that women right now are outnumbering men. Okay, we get that. Got that. But there are still a lot of unmarried men out here. And there's a good number of them that want to be married. But they're not marrying you, sis. So you might want to, some of that self-love that you have, that self-love when you go get your nails done. Hey, see friends. When you go get your hair done and when you go get your lashes done, some of that external self-love that you're showing yourself, why don't you take some of that energy, just a little bit of it, and look on the inside and love the inside. because there's some work that needs to be done in there too.
Good, see, Prince. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How y'all doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I see. Are you wifey material?
Man, you ain't come to bring the smoke, did you, see, Prince?
No, I'm gonna listen to Are You Wifey material. I think that's kind of funny.
No, so we had a couple videos that went up, man. One of the videos is about a young lady who her man at the time, he basically hit hard times, lost his job. They went out to eat, and she slid him some money, you know, on the Cash App or whatever she did, so that he was able to pay the bill, and basically still maintain his position, even though he was at a low point. The second video was about a young lady who said if a man is taking care of all the business, handling the biz at the house, then she don't mind getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, make him a sandwich, to cut him up some fruit, or to fry him an egg. Yeah, so basically she gonna take care of him if he taking care of business at the home. So those was the two videos, man. I see your eyes going, man. What you thinking, man?
I think they got some keepers. They gonna do all that. That's a thing. You can argue that point. Heck yeah.
Okay, so see, that's the topic of the show tonight. Like I said, are a lot of these ladies out here today, are they actually wifey material? Let's say, because as you know, with the lady who sent sent her man the money, temporarily, basically, so he can handle the bill and still maintain his position. She caught some flack. Ladies was mad at her, talking about she was coddling him and she was taking care of a broke ninja and all of this and all of that. And just like that, the same way with the young lady who said that she get up at 3 a.m. in the morning, to fix her man some food, they jumped on her as well. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting up at 3 in the morning. He grown, he can fix his own food while he waking her up, all of this type of stuff. So yeah, a lot of ladies wasn't feeling what these ladies was doing, man. So that's, like I said, that's how we got back to this topic. Are a lot of these ladies wifey material?
Hell no. You're not talking about making breakfast and stuff. Something wrong with you. This is just breakfast, not practice. This is breakfast. Hell no, Moses, shit. Excuse me. That's why they sell. Shoot. I mean, I mean, shoot. You can say wow all you want. If you supposed to be a team, one's failing, y'all picking each other up, and man having business, and you talk about breakfast, 15 minutes of the day, and you can't do 15 minutes and feed somebody? Shoot. I bet your butt was eating as soon as you got up and went to work. I bet your butt was eating a bowl of cereal with some rollers in your head or something like that. Let's put it down, snacking on a watermelon or something. You doing something. While he at work, you eating. You ain't even exercising. The only thing you exercise is your mouth. That's it. Talking on the phone and eating something. So guess what? Nah, you ain't wifey material. You know what I'm saying? You can barely fold clothes and stuff. And I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about yours.
Goodness.
I appreciate you, brother. You don't hold nothing back, man. And like I said, this is the thing that we were talking about. Let's just catch you up, man. This is the thing, man. For a lot of fellas, it's not about just the thing that you're doing. Yeah, from the first video, it wasn't just about the money. From the second video, it wasn't just about the food. Yeah, it's about the support. It's about the effort. It's about you wanting to make sure your man got what he needs. It's about, you know what I'm saying, the young lady who sent her man the money on Cash App real quick or whatever it was to pay that bill, when they all went out to eat. It's about her helping to maintain the position that her man is normally in. Like, these are the things that like I said earlier, these are the things that a lot of men hold in high regard. These are the character traits that they're looking for when they're looking for wifey. Yeah, and it's like it's not even that hard. I'm gonna just call it like that. This stuff ain't even hard. Like, see, Prince, like C Prince said, we talk about 15 minutes. You cooking my man something to eat, and it's like ladies was going ham. They was in the comments going in. Like, this a grown ninja. He can't go cook his own food and all this and all that. Like, they was going in, getting mad at sis for getting up at 3 a.m, cooking my man something to eat. And it's just like, that's where I have the problem. Because my thing is, if ladies say, and I'm just going off what the ladies say, because I said I'm in a lot of conversations. Anybody know me knows that I stay in a lot of these conversations. The ladies are always saying that they want to get married. They want to find a good man who's protecting and providing. They want a man who lead. They want a masculine man. I hear all of this stuff the same. I hear it all the time. But then it's funny because then at the same time, when we see an example of what something, or we see an example of what a woman or a wifey does for a husband, then the ladies would be like, I ain't doing that. And I'm just like, you say you want to be married, but then you don't want to do anything or contribute anything in basically in a marriage or going into a marriage. Like, it just don't make sense. Go ahead, Vin.
I think all this self-love and self this and self that have made people selfish.
Thanks.
I was working out with a young man at he about 30 years old, good job. Said he never dated a woman that can cook. I said, really? I said, well, do you want to get married? He said, no, not really. I just date. You know, I just had girlfriends. I mean, they bring no extra benefit to my life. If you know they can't cook, they don't know how to take care of a home. You know, they already got kids. He don't have no kids, so like until I find the one that'll bring a actual benefit to me. And so many women want a benefit to them. It's about what they want. You know, they spent their wheels. Now they 45, 40, 35, a kid or two. And now they want somebody to come and save them. And if you want it, that's fine too. But what are you willing to do? They're lazy. They're lazy daters. They're lazy in relationship. And that's why they get these guys that got to come live with them and drive their car. And because they need you. You don't have to really do anything. You in control, but you want a man that's in control, but you don't want to do the things that those type of men need for you to do. That's why you keep getting these other guys. It makes total sense. If you keep getting the same type of guy, then that's really what you deserve. I deserve. No, you deserve what you get. You deserve what you keep getting. Because if you was putting out better, then you would get better.
Let me get this comment real quick. Shout out to IT. Says she know why we doing this topic. She said, question, do you think men are open to saying what they want in a wife, or is it implied? You think men are open to saying what they want in a wife, or is it implied? Anybody want to grab that? See Prince, Vince, either one?
I'll grab it since I'm married.
Go ahead, Vince.
What it is, I think, when men are on their path, on their goal, they want a wife, then they have more what can I say? I'm not gonna say gumption, but they will tell you what they want. And either you're gonna do that or I find somebody that will. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's just what it is. When a man wants a wife and he's trying to find a wife, he's gonna get what he wants. You're not gonna be playing no games, and maybe you'll do it, and maybe you're not gonna do it. Maybe you'll cook, maybe you won't cook. No, you gonna cook. Okay, you're not okay. I'm gonna go over here. And see, I think that's what a lot of I really think that men who are on that level, that's why you don't hear a lot, because they get what they want. You don't hear men of a certain level complaining about not finding no wife. Those type of men get wives, the wives that they want. But you have so many women thinking that they're the prize and they just can't even find a date.
Okay. Yeah, see, Prince, you want to say something, man? You like you wanted to answer that, man.
Yeah, I do. Are men open-minded and saying what they want in a wife? let me tell you something like this. This is the wrong song for y'all hear from me tonight. Listen to this. If a man has to instruct you on being with him, that means, you know me, I'm big on paying attention. That means you wasn't paying attention. And guess what? And since you with somebody, y'all already had discussions of where y'all want to be and how y'all going to move. So there's either two things going wrong. The woman can't comprehend and interpret what's been told to her, or she's insane. She keeps doing the same pattern over and losing the guy. Period. Because guess what? When we conversate, I'm telling you things from the start. And you telling me things from the start. That's the only reason why y'all getting together, because y'all coming to an understanding. Mm-hmm. So somewhere in that translation, somebody didn't comprehend what was told to them. Mm-hmm. Period. Mm-hmm. Hands down. So that's why they said there's nothing like a hard-headed woman, because guess what? Nothing sinks into that head. So guess what? It ain't the man the problem. It ain't the man doing not the communication. There's something wrong with your ears and your brain connection. Hands down, I'm going to tell you like it is. Because guess what? From start, the communication about being together has already been told. It's just one of them, somebody ain't paying attention.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I can go ahead. Go ahead, Chloe.
No, finish what you were saying. I'll clear when you're done.
No, I'm gonna make a comment, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, kind of piggybacking off of Prince. Like, is it possible that men are saying? Well, let me stop that. Men are saying what they want. Men are saying what they want every time they get on a post on social media and they say, we like fit women. We like friendly women. We like women who, like to cook. You ain't got to be no chef or nothing, but be able to cook a couple of good meals. Like, we like, women who, are friendly and, not trying to spend all the money up. And, like, these are things like when men say things like this, they are telling you what they're looking for in a wife. The problem is not every woman can receive that or is willing to receive it. What happens is men start speaking and women start defending, justifying, and making excuses. So we got to stop asking men what they want. And then when they start speaking about what they want, then we shut down because it's not what we're prepared to do. You really want to know, and this is not directed in the call. I'm just glad she asked that question because I'm speaking now to women in general. Like, do we really want to know what men want from us? Because men are speaking. I see comments from women saying, I'm sick of the manosphere. I'm sick of all these podcasts. And it's like, are you sick of it because you don't like what they're saying because finally somebody calling you out? Or why are you sick of it? Because you say you want to know what men want. Well, now you got men all over the place speaking. And instead of you saying, well, let me pick at least one of these guys and start listening. Instead of doing that, you listen, but you listen to respond. You listen to deflect. You listen to defend. But are you listening to receive it so that you can do something about it? Like that's, to me, that's real self-love. Like not just being able to go get your hair done and your nails done, like really being able to work on yourself, loving yourself enough to say, there's some things about me that could be better. So I'm going to go get better. As opposed to saying, I'm going to fix everything on me externally because I think that's the only thing that matters. If I want to do that, because some ladies don't even want to do that. But I don't want to actually do any of the hard work. And I think a lot of men are getting to the point where they're saying, y'all ladies are asking a lot of us. If you're going to ask for this stuff, then we want you to do the hard stuff. It's not okay no more for you to just go get your nails done and just go get your makeup done and just go get some lashes. It's not even enough for you to go get a BBL anymore. I don't even care about that no more. I'm ready for you to do the real work. Now I want you to do some real work so that you and I can actually be together and have something. And women are saying, that stuff's too hard. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just go get a BBL. You don't want this big butt? And men are saying, big butt nice, but that's the icing. I want the cake. And I just think that, if we're going to ask, then we need to listen and receive what men are saying. Plenty of men are speaking. They're speaking all over the place.
Facts. Yeah, no, and I said that just to respond to this this question. This question really it's really about paying attention to the other person, right? Because at the end of the day, a dude may not lay out exactly what he wants because we got a lot of representative going on out here. Yeah, we got a lot of fronting. I'm gonna call it fronting. We got a lot of fronting going on out here, right? So somebody tell you this is what I want, this is what I want, and then basically people go get to pretending just to try to, as they say, secure the bag. And see, dudes don't want that phony stuff. They don't want that phony stuff. They're gonna do a lot of observing of you, how you move, how you support, if you support, how you carry yourself, how you present, how you take care of yourself, how you nurture. They're going to do a lot of observing. So we got to keep that in mind as well. I said everything is not going to be vocalized. Yeah, but there's also going to be some observation as well. Like I said, I don't think that's no different for females. I don't think females vocalize everything. They're going to do a lot of observing of the man to see what he does, how he moves, how he handles situations, how he acts around their little cousins. Like, because that tells you a lot, just based off observation. That tells you a lot about somebody. Yeah, that's untainted. That's them in their natural element. So you really get a chance to see what that person is about versus if you say, hey, I got this list. These 20 things I want in a wife or in a husband. And then they just go put on a little act just to meet the 20 things real quick until they secure the bag and then go back to some nonsense. So yeah, a lot of it's going to be observation. But at the same time, dudes will also tell you some things that they do want or some, as you call it, deal breakers. So that does happen as well. So I'll just put that out there just to add for that question.
And then I also think that a lot of times,
go ahead, man. You good, man? Go ahead.
People think they're unicorns, and what I mean by that is some things have to be a general observation. Like I'm an employer, so it's certain things that I need from an employee that's in general. I need for them to come to work on time. That's a general for all employees. I need for them to come to work, ready to work. come to work, be on time, things of that nature. So some things are just general. That doesn't mean that every man wants a woman that can cook. I know people who are married and their wives don't cook, but in general, men want women that can cook, just like women want men that can provide. Yeah, you might one off, and yeah, my grandmama don't cook, and my aunt don't cook, or my aunt make more than my uncle, and he's fine with. Yeah, that's fine, but we have to go in general, because the thing that I hate is this whole notion that there's one person that God has for me. That seems like a deflection when people can't. Well, I'm just gonna wait on the person that God has for me. Well, what if that person did? What if you don't never meet that person? It's like this deflection to not be. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Is that it has to be so specific and so nuanced that you're never really gonna get it.
No, I get exactly what you're saying, man. Like I said, people use that as a deflection, so they don't have to be the best version of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. So you'll just say, you know what I'm saying, I'm waiting for this perfect person to come sweep me off my feet, when the whole time you're not making any changes or improving yourself. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, so people do use it as an excuse, and it's definitely a deflection when you kind of ask them, like, well, what's the problem? Or, well, I just give up. I'm just gonna wait on God. And it's like, so here's the thing: God can, and He will send you someone. He will, especially if you've been praying for it. But God is a God of action, right? If you want Him to bless your efforts, you have to actually be putting in some effort. So see, He may have somebody in mind for you. But if you're not doing, like both of you guys basically just said, if you're not doing anything, that person that you want him, I guess you just want God to just ship them to you, put them in a box and ship them to you. Like, if you're not doing anything, if you don't ever leave the house, sis, how are you gonna find them? Come on. Unless he's the Amazon worker, sis, you might not ever meet him.
But let me say this as
well. You gotta put some action behind that. You can't just expect it to just fall in your lap.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But let me say this as well, because I heard this young fella say this, and it made so much sense. He also said, if we want to use this premise of you waiting on, God bring this special man your way, he also said, you also got to consider that God may not let you mess people up. So while you saying you waiting on this great man to come pick you up, if you all out of whack, God ain't gonna let you get to this good man and mess him up, because he's worth more than that.
Right? Are you prepared for him? I think that's a topic that I honestly want to have a conversation with ladies about. Like, I really want to have this conversation, like have a panel of women, and I want to talk about this topic. So any women who are watching this show who would like to do a show where we just have this particular conversation, where we talk about how to prepare for the man you want and what that looks like, and have that conversation of the other side of, am I wifey material? Okay, the answer in the question. Okay, I don't know if I'm wifey material. Let's have that conversation. Like, I would love to have that conversation with women. So if there are any women who would like to join that panel, Vince, talk to your wife about it. If there is any women who would like to participate with that, I would really like to have that, because we have a lot of topics on the show. Let's provide some solutions too, right? We ask a lot of questions, we talk about it, but let's provide some takeaways, because maybe there are women who watch the show and they actually are like, hey, I want to know, how do I get there? Like, I see these married women and they say they're happily married or whatever. I want to know, how do I get there? I don't know how to get there. Maybe I didn't have a good example of that. Maybe I wasn't raised in a two-parent home. Maybe I don't know what that looks like. So I want to know how to get there. And I would love to be able to have that conversation, not as experts, because that's not what this is, but as mature women who can help other women, right? Iron sharpens iron. So we can have that conversation and have a productive conversation about it and not talk at each other, but talk with each other. Because I feel like you can learn something from everybody at every stage of life. So I think that would be a productive conversation to have, because there are things that you do need to have and possess if you're talking about entering into a marriage. I don't understand why some women, not all women, don't think that they actually have to prepare themselves. They are looking at the man, making sure he has what he needs, he can provide the resources, and he's at a place where he should be. But ladies, are you making sure that you are also in the right place to receive from that man, and to be able to support that man in your role as his wife? Because you also have expectations that you have to meet. That's being wifey material. So really, there's another side to this. Are you wifey material? Okay, if the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, okay, let's talk about that. How do you get there?
That's real. That's real. That's real. Yeah, listen, I didn't want to run us too late. It's about 9:50 up here. I guess we'll get into some closing real quick. I know C Prince hopped on late, but he kept it real.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real.
I know how you get down, man. I said, I know how you get down, man. You don't hold it back. But you know what, man? Let me say this. We got to keep it real. I appreciate you doing that. You and Vince and Chloe, like I said, because at the end of the day, these are real problems. Yeah, we are in unprecedented times right now. The world is going crazy. You know, this place about right around the corner from a collapse. And the only thing that we are going to have when this thing collapses, and it's going to, the only thing we gonna have is each other. I'm just keeping it real. It's the only thing we gonna have is each other. Yep, our relationships, our families, our care for each other, that's all we gonna have. Yep, and that's one of the reasons why we go so hard for that on this platform. Yeah, we literally gonna be all we got. Literally. Yeah, but we gotta get us back in sync. We gotta get us realigned. Like some of this stuff out here, it's wild. Yeah, there's an unlimited amount of content circulating the World Wide Web. You have dysfunctional relationships, divorces like crazy, single parent households, wedlock children. Like it's so much stuff going on. And it's like we over here bucking with each other because we don't want to get up at 3 a.m. and make a sandwich for a dude who handling business. Yeah, we over here getting mad at a sis because she shot her man some low-key money so he can handle that bill and maintain his position. Like we got work to do, man. We got work to do. But we gonna do it. We gonna do it on this show. Man, let's do some closing statements. I'm gonna let the lady go first, and then we're gonna slide around to the fellas. Chloe, you got anything you want to say in closing before we get out of here?
Okay, I do. I'm going to share this really quick, guys, but someone sent me a post earlier. A friend of mine sent me a post, who is also a female. And I can't give you guys the origins of this post. So you may have come across it already. I'm not sure. But I'm going to share it, right? There are no good men out here, says many women. Actually, no, sis, they are out there, but they avoid you because 1, you're disrespectful. 2, you're unappreciative. 3, you complain all the time about everything. 4, you're materialistic, the opposite of a wealth builder. 5, you're loud and unpleasant. 6, you're a slay queen, whatever that is. 7, you think your career is more important than family. 8, you don't even like children. 9, you're negative. 10, you're a user. 11, you think sex is for fun. 12, the way you dress is embarrassing. 13, being with you would be like being with another man. 14, all you do is talk about yourself and what you want. 15, you have standards, but are actually below standard as wife material.
Ooh-wee.
That's a lot of problems. But the reason why I wanted to share that is, ladies, do you relate to any of these? This is when the self-reflection happens, right? If if you got 3 or 4 of those out of the 15, let's address this. Like, for real. Because these are the things that our men are saying now. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, right? You can be actively working on these things. And a man will be able to tell that you're a woman who is working on yourself, right? But it's one thing to say, I got some, I realize in the past I've been this, I've been that, and I've been trying to work on that. It's another thing for a man to tell you something and you be like, I ain't doing nothing about that. You're going to take me how I am, or, I mean, why can't you just love me how I am? I mean, are you going to love that man if he broke? I mean, it's just like, some things are just, why would you want someone to deal with? Why would you want someone to deal with your trauma in that way? Not trauma that you're working to heal from, but trauma that you just accepted is a part of your life and you just want the people around you to absorb it. If you want to be wifey material, which I think a lot of y'all do, because y'all wouldn't be even tuning in to shows like Kevin's show when he was alive. You wouldn't be tuning in to shows like, the coffee pie, like, the clip that, Quay showed earlier. You wouldn't be watching these shows. You wouldn't be this aware of the manosphere if, ladies, you aren't watching this stuff too. You're watching it. You're reading it. You're subscribed. You follow. Because there's a part of you that wants to know what's being said. The problem is you don't actually want to do anything about what's being said. So I am asking, ladies, I don't get on here putting myself in a position of perfect, because I'm not. The reason why I can say the stuff that I'm saying to you is because I had to do a great deal of self-reflection too, to see that there were some areas where I was dropping balls. So I'm just simply saying, ladies, let's do the work. Let's be the best version of ourselves. Because if we are the best version of ourselves, we're going to attract the type of men that we want in our lives.
Facts. We're gonna go over to Vince. Vince, you got anything you want to say in closing, man?
In closing, I said that we need to have these conversations. We need to speak honestly and truthfully if we're ever to try to make our community better. And for Chloe, I'm trying to get my wife on here. I'm a lot more optimistic than she is. I'll just say that. She has girlfriends that she's talking. She's she's more of, if they don't want to know, I don't want to tell them. If they don't want this life, I ain't gonna beg them to get it. I'm a little bit more optimistic. I guess it's just who I am. I love people. I want the best for people. So I'm gonna keep working on it though. So, but yeah, we need to have these because my whole thing is, and I guess because as I said, I have a 2-year-old. So my thing is, what do we want for our children? That's my end comment on every conversation. We've made our decisions. We've made our mistakes. We've done what we've done in our lives. But what do we want for our children? And I look at my daughter every day. I say, I want her to grow up loving herself and finding a man that will love her and move on our legacy. I don't want her to have to grow up and be a baby mama and have to work herself to death. I don't want that for her. I don't want my sons, to grow up and not be in the home with their children every day. Because it's definitely a difference. I thought I was a good father until I'm a father now. And I just keeping it 100. I thought I was a good father till I'm a father now. And I talk to my grown kids all the time. And I say, you know what? I wish I could have been this father for y'all. So don't do what I did.
That's real. That's real, man. I would appreciate that, man. Let me
Oh,
let me go ahead and throw a plea out now. Miss Williams, please join us on an episode.
yeah.
We appreciate it. Please join us on the episode. Give the ladies a little
And
effort.
then also we be trying to wind down the baby. She just won't let us be great. So
No, I understand. It's her world. She run it.
yes, she does.
For sure, for sure. All right, C Prince, man. We're gonna let you close it out, man. We're gonna let you close it out, man. Go ahead, C Prince. What you want to say to close it, man?
Are you wifey material? That is a self-imposed question. And if you ask yourself that question, that means you're not. Period. Because you only question the things you're not. Hands down. You don't say, am I a great worker? Because you know you're a great worker. So the things you ask your question about, because you're not. So when you stop asking yourself that question, maybe you might be wifey material one day. But until then, you're not.
There it is. All right. Well, with that being said, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night. We on YouTube, so definitely go over to the Quay Price page on YouTube and drop a subscribe. That is where you will see the Kandid Konvos shows. We're also on Facebook at Kandid Konvos, and also you guys see you can catch us on the Quay Price page as well. Every Wednesday night. Like, share, subscribe, bring a friend, share the show. Let's say we're trying to grow our reach, trying to get this great content and these great conversations to as many of our people as possible. So, man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We will catch you guys next Wednesday.